Hi and welcome to our woodworking with me, Mitch. Happy New Year. Before I get going, I want to tell you about a Zoom meeting I'm going to be holding on Monday afternoon at 2:30. It's going to be a Q&A. It's the first one that I've ever done. If you just look at the link there, it's all one link. There's no gap or no carriage return. Type that into your browser and you should find me. Now that link will be in the description of this video, so don't worry about taking it down right now. I've never done this sort of Zoom meeting before, never hosted one before, so goodness knows if it's going to work, but we might as well try it out. So what's been happening? We've had a reasonably quiet Christmas, try to recuperate a little bit. We're in a lockdown here in the UK with the COVID situation. I'm still shielding and waiting for a vaccine. Other than that, it's been reasonable Christmas, thanks very much, and good New Year. I'm actually quite optimistic towards 2021. I think it's going to be a much better year, hopefully happy year for all of you. What keeps me happy is my woodwork, and I hope it does you too. So how am I going to start this year? Well, there's something I've wanted for quite some time, and this seems an opportune moment to make one. And that is a mortising stool, or a pair of mortising stools. So I've designed these in the last couple of days. They look very much like sawhorses, but once built you'll find out that they're shorter, they're very sturdy, so that they can take the pounding when you're chopping mortises out. And the idea is you put your work on the bench, on the stool, sit on top of it, so you don't need to clamp it. Basically your body weight holds the material in place whilst you chop the mortise. Having a pair of them means that you can spread your work out and hold much larger pieces nice and comfortably. So I'm excited about making those. I think they're going to be a real bonus here in the workshop. What I'm going to make them out of, I designed it all around these studding timbers. I had to base it on stuff that I had lying around the house because of lockdown, and I had a couple of full lengths of these. So these are 8 foot long. I've got 2 of those. The design is based around using 2 of those for the legs, 1 of them for the stretchers, which becomes a problem for me. I do have a short length here rather than a third, but I've milled up a couple of bits of batten bearers which will get me around that, and I'll make the stretchers with those. The top is going to be made from this old plank that's been lying around in the garage for a long time. It's a nice close grained pine, I believe. So once that's cleaned up, that should be great. You can alternatively make it from an additional length of the studding material and basically just laminate 2 together. Gives you almost the same width, and it'll certainly be a comfortable bench, a comfortable stool to sit on. Now sizes, the studding timbers here in the UK, these are from Wicks. They're 63 by 38 mil, which is 1.5 by 2.5 inches. And my top, this board is 5.5 inches, about 140 mil by 1.25 inches, about 32 mil, and it's about 5 foot long. Do also need to make the gussets some plywood, and so far the only bit of 9 mil ply I've found is this old piece. It's barely big enough. I'll just be able to squeeze out the 4 gussets that I need from this piece. Realistically, it would be much better off if you've got a piece which is at least 400 mil by 300 mil, which is 16 inches by 1 foot. So that's the mortising stools. Now I'm going to be doing those partly during the live streams. So if you watch my live streams, you'll be able to see me doing some of the work there. Most of it will be, or probably all of it in the live streams will be unplugged woodworking, doing the joints, etc. I'll be doing some pre-recorded as well of some of the machining. So it's going to be a part plugged in, part unplugged build. Get rid of a bulk of the heavy work on the machines and then do the joints by hand. That's the idea I've got at the moment anyway. So if you follow in the streams, you'll see all the technical bits about how to put it together with the joints and assembly. But you'll also better see at the end of the day a collection of all those pre-recorded parts put together for a full build video. And I'll also be doing a set of plans so you can follow along and make your own if you like. What else has been going on? Well, you may have noticed I've moved workshop. So I've changed from the conservatory workshop. I'm now in a more comfortable space. It's going to be interesting to see how it works out as far as sound goes and lighting. Hopefully it's going to be okay. Certainly more comfortable to work in for myself at this time of year anyway. So more space. It does also mean that when I'm standing behind my bench like this, I can see all the offcuts down the side there, which are behind the camera as far as you're concerned, showing me everything I'm trying to use up whilst lockdown's still on. You can also see here at the end of a rack here, which holds a couple of projects which I've been waiting to do for ages now. These are just projects for myself. So I've got a couple of tables and couple of cabinets in there, plus also some wood from the World in Woods series. And talking about World in Woods, a bit of an apology here. I get sent packages of wood from all over the place occasionally, and what happened a while ago, I'm not exactly sure about the date now, probably a year or so ago, I received a number of packages around about the same time, and I'd already got some woods in the pipeline. So I put those packages to one side, and somehow or another I forgot I had them. So I've now got a number of woods to do new videos on. I've got pieces of poplar, cedar, I've got some sea buckthorn here, something I can't remember the name of here. I'll have to find the letter that came with that. Also from Japan I've got some sugi and some hinuki. So new woods to me, so I'll be learning about those and telling you a bit more about those as I do those videos. If you were following the streams before Christmas, you'd have seen me make a start on this lamp. We've basically got to this stage, so we've done the main lamp stand, got the cable through. I've got a problem finding the right fitting at the moment because of lockdown, so I can't really add a lampshade to it at the moment. I can build a lampshade though, and one of the ideas that was suggested through the chat on one of those live streams was to use some shavings. So on my final project I collected some shavings. This is from some ash. This is perhaps not the best one to unravel, but I've got some nice longish shavings, which hopefully I'll be able to turn into a lampshade. So I'll be experimenting with that as well in the odd live stream, and we'll get that finished eventually. So that pretty much covers all there is to say, other than once we get through some of these projects, I've also got a nice commission that's come in, and this is all by email, so I've not been able to talk with the client directly, but it's for making almost a replica of something she already has, doing it all from a few photographs and a few measurements. So that's going to be quite interesting. It's a nice piece of furniture, and I think that might be an interesting thing to put on the channel. And also, I've also got a list probably so long of other things I want to make this year. Hopefully we'll do that. I will be doing some joints as well, by the way. I look back at some of my early joint videos, and although all the information's there for how to make the joints, I think I could make the videos a lot better if I go back to them and start again. So I'll be redoing some of the joint videos and also doing some new ones throughout the year. So an interesting year ahead. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you do join me. Don't forget about the Zoom meeting. It'd be lovely to see some of you there, and that could become a regular occurrence if it's popular. Now, as far as the streaming goes, I should just say, if you want to catch the streams, or if you want to catch all my videos, it really is important to make sure you're subscribed and that you also press that little bell notification icon and ask to be notified when everything comes out, because then you will know when the streams are happening. And I'm planning or hoping to do them on Mondays, Wednesdays and possibly Fridays. But I'm worrying about the times at the moment, trying to get something that's going to be regular. So just make sure you've got notifications on, and then you'll hear about those well in advance. Okay, so until next time, cheerio.